Namaste friends, welcome to YogaCandi. My name's Candace and today we have yoga for the spine and it's completely suitable for everybody. All we're going to need today is a couple of yoga blocks if you have them. If not, grab a couple of thick books and I'm sure you can use them in the same way, so no worries. So guys, let's start off in a nice comfortable seat. Any seat of your choice, preferably something cross-legged. You can always take your back against a wall for a moment if you would like to. We're just going to take a moment to tune into the body. So whichever cross-legged position works for you, sit up nice and tall through your spine. Suck in the belly, already starting to draw it back towards the spine, towards the back body. Hands on your knees or placed in your lap. And we're just going to take some nice deep breaths here. Let's take 3 deep breaths in and out of the nostrils together, directing the inhales all the way down into the depths of the belly. And on every exhale, draw up through the core and also up through the pelvic floor. So let's begin. Roll your shoulders up towards the ears and down the spine. Continue with these lovely deep breaths throughout the class today, in and out of the nose. Now we're going to start to add a little bit of movement. So from here, inhale, roll forward. Imagine you're a little coffee grinder. And as you come backwards, you're exhaling and you're pulling your shoulder blades apart. So keep doing this in one direction. Keep your sit bones on the ground. Inhale forward. Exhale as you lean back. Take a couple more. Now rotate in the opposite direction. Take a couple more here. And now inhale, chest to the sky. Exhale, arch. Inhale, chest to sky. Take 3 more. Come back to neutral. Take your left arm over to the side of the mat. Inhale the right to the sky. Tilt the chest towards the sky and get a nice long extension through the right side. And release, taking the right hand over towards the right side. Inhaling the left to the sky, directing the chest towards the heavens. Imagine you're growing really long through the spine. And exhale, let's release. We're going to come in for an extended wide-legged child's pose. This is a really beautiful pose for the spine because it's a really gentle extension. So if anybody suffers with back pain, then I recommend you just keep doing this throughout your day. So knees as wide as the mat or even wider. Toes together. If your bum doesn't touch your heels, place something between your bum and your heels. We're going to walk the hands forward. You can bring the chest and the chin down to the ground, or you can simply take the forehead down to the floor. Either of those variations. Let's take some nice deep breaths, and you're going to exhale, lifting up through the pelvic bowl on every exhale. Roll forward. Let's come into our tabletop. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Keep your spine nice and long just for a moment. Then we're going to start to rotate our hips in one direction and really start to arch the spine as you tuck the tailbone and drop the belly as you inhale. Keep rotating from the hips. You can take big rotations or small rotations. Just listen to your body. Take one more. And then in the opposite direction, start to rotate. Take one more. And then become still in your tabletop. Keep your right hand where it is, and we're going to inhale the left hand to the sky, look up. Keep it nice and soft. There's no need to strain anything. And then exhale, take that left arm underneath the right for a beautiful thread the needle. Keeping the right hand where it is, or taking it to the lower spine, or interlacing into that left thigh. And release. Come up onto the left hand, inhaling the right hand to the sky, look up. And then exhale, come down to the shoulder, taking this right hand underneath the left. You can keep this left hand planted or take it to the lower back, or find a grip on the inside of the right thigh. Now release. Push yourself back up into your tabletop, and we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. Give your dog a little walk. Keep that spine nice and long. Imagine a nice long line from your head all the way to your tailbone, sending your tailbone up to the sky, sucking in through the belly. Hands shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance. When you find some comfort, make sure you're placing the weight of the body into all four corners of the hands, not just into the wrists. So into all the padded bits of the knuckles and into the knife edges of the hands. Become still and take 3 deep breaths, relaxing the neck, shoulders externally rotating. from here, you can walk your feet slightly backwards and hands slightly forward, and we're going to roll our spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, tucking the tailbone, rolling into plank. You can take a nice easy plank by taking the knees down to the ground whenever you want. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the hands off the ground and just hold your chest off the ground with the strength of your back. Draw your shoulder blades down and together at the back of the spine. Keep breathing. And release, sending it up for downward facing dog. You can exhale out the mouth. Walk the hands, walk the feet. Become still, find your 3 deep breaths. You can walk the feet back, and we're going to roll forward back into the plank. Hold a nice strong plank. Make sure your hands are underneath the shoulders. Spine nice and long, lifting up through the shoulders. Slightly tucking the tailbone, lifting the core towards the spine. Exhale all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Take your hands off the ground and use the power of the spine, keeping the legs nice and strong, just to keep your chest off the ground. Drawing your shoulder blades back and down. And push yourself back up to downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time, so hold your dog for 3 deep breaths, allowing the neck to hang heavy. Exhale, rolling forward back into our plank. Hold it really nice and strong. Exhale all the way to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the hands off the ground. Using the power of the spine, you can even take a hand to the lower back. You'll feel how those muscles are engaged. And release. Plant the hands. Send your tailbone back towards the heels. We're going to extend the legs. So come into a seat, and we're going to do figure 4, but in a seated position. So you can start to lean back. You can even come back onto the elbows if you don't have the flexibility. We're going to lift this right leg and open out the knee. I'm sorry about my dirty feet, everybody. And from here, the knees at a 90-degree angle. You can start to push the body towards that leg, but the most important thing is to keep the spine nice and long. Keep the tailbone a little bit pointing backwards, so you're not arching the spine, you're keeping nice and long through everything. You're keeping that foot engaged and you're opening up through the knee. Now you'll feel the stretch on the outside of this right leg. If this is too intense, just come back onto your elbows. But the aim is to keep pulling the chest towards this shin of the right leg. Wherever you are, whichever position's working for you, just close your eyes. Start to feel this out. You can even add a gentle rocking if you would like to. Suck in your belly as well. Make sure your belly's drawing towards the spine. You can close your eyes, you can even walk that leg a little closer. Just play around with this, make it yours. If you're rocking your leg, this is a great way to open up your hip flexor, so you can continue to do this if it feels good. Otherwise, find some stillness. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. And then slowly release, extend through the left leg, release the right leg. Let's do the same on the opposite side. You can give your hands a little shake if you're on your palms. And let's do that again, coming back, keeping the chest nice and open, keeping those shoulder blades away from the ears. Let's open up through that hip, 90-degree angle. You can allow it to open up gently for you before you get any deeper, before you pull yourself closer. We're taking our time in this pose, releasing this IT band, the hip flexors, which sometimes do contribute to back pain, so this can be a really lovely thing to practice. Remember, you can always rock the baby, rock it from side to side, being nice and gentle. Listening to every sensation of the body here. Keep that core engaged, spine nice and long. And if you find a really good spot and you want to become still, you're more than welcome to be there as well. And then very slowly, let's release, extending through the right leg and gently removing the left leg off of the right. Now we're going to open up through the shoulders with a very gentle back bend. So this is where your books or your blocks are going to come in handy. We're going to place them either on the higher edge, or you can have them on the lower. It's totally up to you. So place one where your head is going to be, and then we're going to place one lengthways where the spine is going to be. So what we want to do, if you've got them on the lower level, this is going to be more restorative. If you've got them a bit higher, this is going to be a much deeper opening of the spine and of the shoulders. So make the choice yours, maybe even play around with it first and just see what feels good for your body. So we're making like a little T with these blocks. Now what you want to do is slowly lower yourself down to your elbows and make sure this first block begins where your shoulder blades end. You don't want it any lower than that on the spine. If it's lower than that, it's going to hurt your spine. So make sure that it's where your shoulder blades end and no lower. Then start to lie back onto that block. Make sure it's comfortable enough, nice and straight. Lie back so that it's placed between the shoulder blades. And then find the one that's for your head and rest your head back onto it. You may just have to fidget a little to get it nice and comfortable. Now we're going to bring our legs into a butterfly position. So draw the heels up towards the crotch and allow the knees to fall open. Or you can even just keep your legs extended out long if that feels better for the body. So find your comfortable position here, and once you've found it, but what you do with your arms is totally your choice. You can either place them just on the belly and enjoy this, enjoy the sensations of what's going on, or you can go a bit more intense, where you open your arms out into a cactus type position. allowing the elbows to fall heavily down towards the ground. They may not touch the ground, but you'll notice a stretch at the front of the chest here. Now, the wonderful thing about doing the cactus arms, if it's comfortable enough, is it opens up the chest, which is an area that we don't often open very much. And it also stretches sort of the insides up to the elbows of the arms, which can be really wonderful to relieve things like carpal tunnel or any other issues that you may have with your arms. It can be a really lovely opening. Now, if your blocks are on the lowest level, you're going to be doing this, I'm sure, but it'll be a little bit of a less intense stretch, and that's okay. Sometimes just a nice passive, gentle, restorative stretch is all your body needs in that moment. So wherever you are and whatever intensity your stretch is at, that's okay, just as long as you're enjoying it. If there's any sharp pains anywhere, anything that just does not feel right, then that's your body telling you to ease out of it and to perhaps just take a much easier variation. Once you've found an area that really works for your body, take your time finding it. Then we're going to totally just give in to gravity and allow everything to sink heavy. Allowing the arms to sink heavy. Allowing the body to just be heavy onto your props. As long as they're comfortable and not putting any pressure and pain on your spine. One thing you may notice if your blocks are on a higher level like mine, is that with time, the longer you stay here, your elbows may just start to come down to the ground as your chest releases and gives in to this sensation. Wherever you are, close your eyes and let's take some nice deep breaths here. Now you can play around with perhaps interlacing the fingers as well behind the head, although they can't really go behind the head, just behind that prop, and allowing the shoulders to open from there. You'll notice the stretch perhaps is in a different place now, maybe more through the armpits a little bit. If it becomes too intense, then just release the arms and take them to the belly. We're going to be here for a few more deep breaths. Now when you're ready, my friends, you're welcome to stay here and just enjoy this. If it's really feeling lovely, stay where you are. Otherwise, make your way to your elbows. And gently, gently pull yourself up off of the props. Take your time. And then just remove your props aside for a moment. Just putting them out of the way. If you're enjoying that moment, then stay where you are. But if you're ready to end your practice with me, come into a nice comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall through the spine. We're just going to take some nice deep breaths together before we completely wind down and end our practice today. Roll your shoulders back and down the spine. Sit up tall, close your eyes. Hands placed gently on the knees or in your lap. Allow any thoughts to pass and enjoy 3 deep breaths here. Now just allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Feel that gentle rise and fall of your chest with your natural breath. You're welcome to stay here and meditate as long as you like, perhaps even clicking through to a guided shavasana or a guided meditation. But if you're ready to end with me, we're going to inhale the hands above the sky, up to the sky, inhaling deeply, exhaling the palms to the heart center. Bow your head, and I really thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste, everybody. I really hope you've enjoyed this flow. I know it's been very gentle, also a little bit of strength with our planks and things like that. But I really hope it's been quite healing and restorative for you as well. And if it has, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with others. I know that free yoga is a beautiful gift that almost everybody can benefit from. So enjoy, everybody. Give me a comment as well if there's anything you would like to say, and don't forget you can find me on social media. All my links are below in the description so that we can connect on a deeper level. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day or evening, whatever time of the day you practiced. Until next time, namaste.